Joining me now is Congressman Andy Biggs, a Republican from Arizona. Congressman, good to have you with us. And I want to get your reaction to what's happening there on Capitol Hill with it seems like the implosion of the Democrat Party.
Yeah, what's happening? You have a bunch of Democrats in the House that say, we want you to put up some rifle shot stuff because we voted no, and now we're getting blamed for the shutdown and people having to go without paychecks in some instances or slowing down of services. And they would like to go back and vote on some of these things. But we already did our work in the House. And in the meantime, you've got senators. I mean, they're freaking out over there. I mean, you saw two Arizona senators, Kelly and Gallegos, try to attack Speaker Johnson yesterday in the hallway and yell and scream at him. But the bottom line is they own this shutdown. They know they own this shutdown. They're embarrassed by this shutdown. And if they want to do what's right, and if they really want to negotiate something out at some point, then really they have to go to the table and vote to open up the government again. And they're not wanting to do that.
Well, no, they're not. As a matter of fact, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer telling Punchbowl News this: every day the government stays shut down is, quote, better for us. What are they smoking over there, Congressman?
Well, it certainly indicates that you don't care about the American citizen when you want to just basically keep the government shut down, and you know that it's going to impose pain. I just think that Schumer is quite frankly, he's locked into, when he says us, maybe he means himself, because then he gets to go back to the hard left of his own personal constituency and say, see, I shut down the government, we fought, blah, 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 because Chuck Schumer is afraid and he's scared to death that the hard left is going to put up a primary opponent against him, or that the hard left and the Senate's going to take him out after this dies down a little bit. So it's a personal thing for Chuck Schumer, I believe.
Well, and then there's Hakeem Jeffries, and this was insane, that debate between him and Congressman Mike Lawler, the finger pointing, the jabbing, and the language. Let's take a look at that.
We sign on right now.
Let me ask you a question.
Did you get permission from your boss?
Why don't we sign on right now?
Did your boss, Donald Trump?
You can easily extend the ACA
Did your
right
boss,
now.
Donald Trump,
He's
give
not
you
my
permission?
boss.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. And by the way,
So let me ask you a
why
question.
did you vote to
Let me
shut
ask
the
you a
government
question.
down?
You
Why
know
did you
I-
vote to shut it
Let
down?
me ask you a question.
For years, you always lectured about how we need to keep the government open.
You're making a show of this to
No,
make
it's
yourself
sad.
relevant.
It's sad. You could easily sign on to
You're
this.
embarrassing yourself right now.
You could sign on to this.
Well, he goes on to say, shut your mouth. He's lucky he still has all of his fingers there, Congressman.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they've really kind of lost it. I think the sombrero thing for Hakeem really insulted him, or he felt insulted by it. I personally thought it was hilarious. But anyways, the bottom line is the Democrats have lost their way. They don't connect to real Americans anymore. They don't understand what's happening in the country. They don't understand how can it possibly be that Donald Trump is getting peace worldwide? How can it be possible that Donald Trump is sending National Guard and bringing peace to cities like Washington, D.C.? They're out of touch with the American people, and they don't get it. They don't have a plan. They lost on personnel, and they lost on policy in the last election. And they're just a sea, brother. They're cast out to sea. They don't know when they're going to get back.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, Jeffries, muy loco, that one, muy loco, Congressman. A YouGov poll taken in the early days of the shutdown showed that 45% of Americans actually blame President Trump and you guys, the Republicans, for the shutdown, compared to 36% blaming Democrats. What do you say to the people that are out there saying that you guys are responsible for all of this?
I always tell them, let's refresh your recollection. All the House members, every Republican in the House except for one, voted to keep the government open. We all did. So we already did that. And then it goes to the Senate, and the Senate has to have 60 votes. And they've had every Republican but one, and they've had two Democrats and one independent vote to open the government. You know who's voted against opening the government? Every Democrat, but the two and one in the Senate.
There's a reason we call it the Schumer shutdown. Congressman Andy Biggs, thank you for joining us here on Newsmax.
My pleasure, Todd. Thank you.